The RLCS is back, guys, for the Spring Split. It starts in 3 days, 6 hours, and 47 minutes as of recording this. This is OCE. Obviously, they are the first region to start, so North America will be normal times. So whatever you're hearing from me right now, whatever. It's this weekend, Friday, April 29th. RLCS is back for the Spring Split. Before you guys watch anything RLCS related in terms of games, we have regions we have to cover over what happened during the transfer window. Those regions being OCE, SAM, and the APAC region are the most notable ones we're going to cover. We already talked about NA and EU a little bit. We already talked about MENA a little bit. And then SSA, Orlando Pirates, Bravado, ATK. Done. So, in OCE, the main thing to note is Ground Zero Gaming is now us are bad. This team's going to get picked up. This team will get picked up. Probably going to be Chiefs. They might return. Big roster move here is Hawk is now on the Dire Wolves. Hawk was paired up on the Juiced Bandits with Sicky and Sprat, and now Sicky and Sprat have teamed up with Mock for the 3-1-2s. So this top four of Renegades, Us Are Bad, Pioneers, and Dire Wolves, it's going to be a bloodbath for them to see who will be the top in OCE, the top two, going to the Spring Major, and then ultimately the World Championships. Hawk going to Dire Wolves definitely makes this a lot more interesting. I will be very excited to see how these four teams play out. No disrespect to the other teams here, like Kaka's Minions, which was Riot Gaming, Team Bliss, like these guys are all really, really good. They're just, it's like S tier, and then we got like A tier kind of thing. Big Goose is gone. RIP Big Goose. They disbanded, but with them leaving, we do get Attack of the Invisible Ninja back. So Walcott, Spy Doge, it's normally Leduc here, but he's not playing with them. So Tango is there. It's an old OCE favorite. It's like Cringe Society, Big Goose, and Attack of the Invisible Ninja. I'd say they're the pretty top three OCE names, but that's pretty much OCE. Like, just watch out for Hawk on Dire Wolves because that team's going to be nasty. That team won a regional last split, and they improved in this trade window. So Dire Wolves coming at you. Next, we are looking at APAC North. And again, this is a 3-horse race, I believe, in this region personally, between Tokyo Verde, NIMT, and Detonator for who's going to be playing the APAC qualifier to go to the Spring Major, and ultimately who will be representing this region at the World Championships. All four of these top row teams made moves, and we're going to show players. Tokyo Verde pick up Sig from Hilltop Picnic. I'd say Sig was the leader for Hilltop Picnic. He was a great offensive output for them. He was a great player overall, and I think replacing Conra on this team, realizing Tenno staying as the duo, bringing in Sig, I think this is a good move for them ultimately at the end of the day. I don't see Tokyo Verde making a bad roster move heading into the final split because they need to qualify. They need to represent their region. And I think that's their end goal, and I think Sig is a smart move for them. Next up, we have NIMT, Xiaolon, Popo, and now Maru. Aki is the sub. Maru, obviously former Tokyo Verde. He played one regional last split and carried that team to, I think, a top 5 or 6, maybe top 4. But Maru is great on the defensive end. I think he's really solid defensively for this region, like definitely like one of the best defenders. And pairing up with Xiaolon and Popo, a team that's already established, I think this is going to be really great for Maru entering a full split of Rocket League again. And I think this team was definitely going to be competing, like I said, for the APAC qualifier for the Spring Major and the World Championships. But my favorite move from these top 3 teams, Detonator, unfortunately, Olpix had to be replaced. Everyone knew going into the APAC qualifier and the Winter Major that Olpix was kind of the odd man out in terms of statistical production. Yes, he gets a lot of demos, but Burn and Mikan, they were having to do a lot of the hard carrying, especially Burn. And with that, they picked up Lunatic. Lunatic has absolutely insane stats from the Winter Split, guys. He was nuts. And I think pairing him up with Burn on the offensive end, leaving Mikan as the third guy, if that works out in that way as like an offensive duo, this team is going to be nasty. And I think at the end of the day, this might be my team to watch in all of APAC. This team will be dangerous on the offensive end. And I think Detonator now have set themselves up in a great position to be the best team in APAC North. Heading to APAC South now, in the same breath of air, we have a team now. It's been a 1-horse race for Gaming Gladiators the entire season. They have not lost a regional, and they just got better. They dropped Chaotic and picked up Abs Crazy from Yes, that Abs Crazy. The dude that was the hard carry for I would say. Squiggly and Clausy, nothing against them, but I'd say Abs Crazy was definitely the best player on that roster. Pairing up with LCT and Max, I'd say this is a super team for this region. This team is leaps and bounds ahead of everyone else in this region, in my opinion. If the chemistry's there and everything kind of works out rotationally and they can figure it all out really quickly, I think this team definitely has more of a contending chance at taking that APAC qualifier. APAC South has been dominated by APAC North in that APAC qualifier for the major spots. I'm not so sure now. LCT Team Action and Apps Crazy, they might make a run at it. So watch out for them. See how much they improve over this split compared to the previous split, how much they're more dominating the rest of their region. But that's the main thing to note. Dark Rift Esports is no longer Belarus, Poofy, and Fikio, and Fikio's not even on this team anymore either. It's Slot Machine. So that's kind of the thing there. Fikio is now on Triple Java. So there's some teams outside of Gaming Gladiators and Aha to watch. Slot Machine's definitely one of them. Asian, like these teams are good, but like in terms of like end goal, like world championship contending teams that like you might take a series off a team at the world championships, Gaming Gladiators, the one you need to watch out for. Big news for the RL Pro Awards today, guys. Proud to announce that the first edition of the RL Pro Awards will take place Tuesday, April 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 a.m. CST at twitch.tv/JohnnyBoy. We already knew that Johnny Boy was going to be the main channel blah, 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 for this. And we have Johnny, Bates, CJ, Roldiz, and Yummy Cheeseman as the kind of like probably like the desk talent for this. So you guys know those are the 5 dudes that always do the top 25 players, top 15 after the major, all that stuff, always with great banter and great, I want to say arguments, but like, you know what I mean? So Johnny, Bates, CJ, Roldiz, Yummy, all Pro Awards Tuesday. Be there, watch them, see who wins. And then we get to South America. Oh boy, was it a mess in SAM. You look at the top 8 in SAM, you're like, man, I recognize 3 of these teams. 4 if you're like, you know, an OG kind of person. Lotus is revived. Vegas Inferno dropped their team. Firefox joins from Chromax with Happer Camper and Renan. Lotus is back. Another team that is back is the 3 Sins. Vault, Maddox, and PJ have revived that team. So 2 OG SAM, you know, like fun name teams are back. Really great for them. They'll be here. Same thing with Novus Aevi. They're Brad Royales and Tander are Novus Aevi. Like there's so many players that made moves to kind of further themselves, probably preparing for the next year RLCS, like RLCS 2022, 2023, because they know it's a 3-horse race between Furia, Team Secret, and former era Eternity roster, which is now SAC. Astromic, Lost, and KV1. This team did make a roster move. Lost comes in, I believe Brad left, and yeah, this is the Stoner Ape Club, which I really don't like. Not a fan of that, and that's a terrible name. So SAC, basically guys, things you need to note: Fury and Team Secret, you guys know the top 2 guys, and then SAC, Lotus is gonna be good. Endgame's been pretty solid. We know Crew has definitely improved. So lots of movement in SAM, but it's kind of like you need to watch Regional 1 to kind of see where these teams might play out, because if you look, there's, you know, the 8 teams, like, whoa, cool. You go to look at the closed qualifier, normally there's going to be 8 more teams here. Wrong. 3. Red Crown Esports, Ruby, and Atypical. So the 3 Sins, like I said, not here. Novus Aevi, not here. They have to go through open quals because they disbanded so much and lost all their RLCS points that they don't have a point ranking. There's no point ranking. So regions made a lot of moves, but that's it. As far as those regions, we have North America's bracket available, so you guys know that the predictions are coming soon. But 3 days away, guys, RLCS. That's what you need to know about OCE, SAM, and APAC. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.